Hey everyone, my name is Tyraku, and today I want to share with you who to pick as your starting champion. So once you get through the little cutscene at the initial starting of raid, you'll get to choose between 4 champions, and this is actually a pretty important part of the game. So let's go ahead and jump into who exactly I would pick and who I would strongly recommend you pick for your starting champion. I'll just go ahead and tell you, it's Kayle. I'll run through why exactly, but if you're just interested in getting this over with and then jumping into the game, pick Kayle, go with it, you'll be happy. Let's get into it and go over it, okay? So, Elhain, I don't know exactly how to pronounce her name, but Elhain, either way. Let's look at her move set. On the right side, it shows their abilities. So she has attacks all enemies 2 times, gives herself increased crit rate, and attacks one enemy, then all enemies. So she's real good with her AoE attacks. She has no debuffs though. Kayle, he has poison on his attack 3, also A3, which you'll hear a lot of people referring to the abilities as A1, A2, and A3. So it's apply poison on this one, which attacks 4 times at random, which is great. 40% chance of placing a 5% poison, which is the highest poison you can place in the game. His A2 attacks all enemies and fills his turn meter by 25% for each enemy killed, which makes Kayle a very good farming character. And then his A1 also places poisons. And poisons are amazing, especially on the clan boss. So that's what makes Kayle such a insanely strong and viable character into the mid to end game. Galek is probably the worst option to pick in my opinion. He does have decreased defense, which is also on clan boss, and does have its uses. All these champions, their fourth ability is an aura, and it all increases HP by 15%. So there's nothing there that's special or different. They do have different stats, but focusing on their abilities alone, Kayle definitely wins it out. Galek has an attack 4 times at random, attack all enemies, and attack one enemy 2 times. So Gale has the worst of all the movesets. Aethel is actually a better version of Galek with the attack one enemy 3 times and apply weaken debuff, which is actually a really good debuff. In my opinion, Aethel would probably be the second best champion to pick. Weaken is really good. I really like her attack one enemy 3 times. She's useful on Fire Knight and Clan Boss, all that are a little later in the game, dungeons and things you'll be using her in. But overall, if you've already started the game and you've chosen one of these other champions besides Kayle, it's not a huge deal. You don't have to reset the game and lose your progress. You may open him up from a shard later on, but definitely I strongly recommend going with Kayle. I'll show you some examples of his gameplay and how good it can be. So let me switch over to my other account. All right, so now I'm in my level 60 account, and I'll go ahead and show you my Kayle. This is my Kayle. He's pretty geared out. He's definitely not the best geared Kayle around. He does have good stats, but let me jump into a dungeon battle and just real quick show you how good it, actually better yet, this is gonna be the most important part. He'll be used early game. I'm gonna go to hard and I'm gonna farm. I'm just gonna show you how good he is as a campaign farmer. The starting character, he's a very good campaign farmer. I could have adjusted his gear to make him a little bit better, but as you can see, just then he did have a proc and shortened his cooldown for his acid rain, but he just farmed it in 11 seconds. So your goal is to get this down in 6 seconds, but that shows right there, Kayle is excellent for helping level up your characters. The idea would be that you take him along with some other people, level them up along with Kayle. He runs through here, gives them experience quickly. You don't have to spend too much time leveling characters. So here he goes again, and boom. 12 seconds on hard. Kayle's definitely a good character. He does a lot of damage on the clan boss as well, but by far Kayle is the best option. Let me show you what he is like on my level 20 account. Alright, so I showed you what the Kayle on my max level account and max level Kayle, how they did in the farming. This is my level 20 account, so very new account, it's free to play. And this is the one I'll be doing most of my YouTube videos and streaming inside of. But let me show you what Kayle can do at this low of level, fairly low gear. And obviously I don't have all the campaign missions unlocked, so we'll just do something fairly low. So let's do 6-3, take him along with some extra food and see how fast he farms it. When you're this low level, you're definitely not going to be farming fast, but for somebody to be able to farm the campaign by himself without dying, very good. It allows you to be able to 2-star the missions very easily. When you get a little bit later in the game, you start getting different kinds of gear. Lifesteal does very well in Kayle. He stays alive very long, very good sustaining. Overall, definitely the best starter to pick, just with overall most versatility. So as you can see, he did that in 24 seconds. Not a bad time at all. If you want to set the game, walk away, and do your multi-battles, Kayle can definitely do that for you without you having to worry about him dying. Well, that wraps it up on who the best starting champion is to pick. Just pick Kayle, and you'll be good to go. But as long as you didn't pick Galek, you really should be fine. I'm going to make some more videos later on helping and guiding for like free-to-play players and low-spend players. This account specifically is just going to be strictly free-to-play, zero spending. If you have any questions about this video, let me know. I'll be more than happy to make a follow-up video. But thank you very much for watching.